Okay, sorry guys, my computer died and so it cut off the video because it did not have enough power. I'm going to reread idea and then finish the story. This video should only be about 5 minutes long. Idea. Gabriella, says Mr. Spicer, didn't you hear the bell? I come back from my travels. Sorry, I whisper, gathering my books to go. It's okay, he says, but before you go, I have something to show you. Remember this? He hands me the paper he had taken from me earlier. Here it comes, I'm thinking, my punishment. I slide down in my seat, search for some way to disappear. This was your daydream, wasn't it? He asks. I nod, my tongue too tied to answer. It's wonderfully vivid, he says. In fact, it's given me an idea. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. That's it for today. Go on home. I leave on giggly knees. Now what? Announcement. The next morning I race to school, my mind too full of questions to wander anywhere else. I bounce up and down in my seat while Mr. Spicer takes 10 times forever to call the roll. Then finally, class, says Mr. Spicer, starting tomorrow, we will stop what we're doing once a day and daydream for 15 minutes. Then write those daydreams down. David looks at me, his eyes as wide as the moon. You'll never know when, though, continues Mr. Spicer. So you'll have to keep your eyes front and pay attention. Does that sound good? I swallow these words like honey, smile at their sweetness, and say yes, my favorite word of all. Good night. When class lets out, I hurry home, hungry for dinner and hoping to find more words with wings to dream and write about tomorrow. Home. I kick my shoes off at the door, drop my books on the kitchen table, then hunt for snacks. Shoes in your room, please, says Mom. I groan, but do exactly what she tells me. When I get back, she's reading my paper. The stupid page must have slipped from my notebook. I growl, then turn to leave, until Mom says, This is lovely, Gabriella. I wish I could write like you. What? I slice up Mom's words and nibble on them one at a time. When I find my voice again, I tell her all about Mr. Spicer's plan for our class. Good, she says, smoothing my paper like it's something precious. If this is a daydream, I don't want to know. It's here. Tomorrow arrives like a miracle. Even so, the class creeps by slow as the night before Christmas. I can't wait to open my notebook and jot down whatever daydream comes to me. I peek at David, who shrugs in answer to the question in my eyes. When? Finally, Mr. Spicer says, Okay, class, books shut. It's daydream time. I'm telling you, I just about cry. All in. 4 weeks have passed and my notebook is thick with daydreams. Funny how much better I'm doing in school. Somehow lessons don't seem half as boring. I'm not perfect, but I hear most of what Mr. Spicer teaches these days. Plus, homework's easier, now that my mind is not always meandering. There's one more thing that's new. My mom is starting to daydream too. Author. Say Gabriella and Mom sees me, silver-tipped pen in hand, swirling best wishes across the front pages of dozens of books with my name printed on them. I sign hundreds round the clock for a line of happy fans that stretch a city block. And there is Mom beaming right beside me. Fair is fair. I never told Mom I wanted to be a writer, but I'll let her keep her daydreams since she's finally letting me keep mine. Here's her acknowledgments and what made her to, encouraged her to write this book. And that's the end.